Hello again, my friends. I need to do a little supplemental video to the one I published yesterday on YouTube about a braking test on gravel with ABS on and ABS off. Yesterday I came down that road and tried what is the stopping distance if I totally trust a two-channel ABS, so ABS working on the front and back wheel with a full braking, emergency braking stop. What will be the stopping distance of that compared to if I do that manually? First of all, before I forget that this is a very improvised video I'm just filming with my iPhone, because I got curious now. The result yesterday was quite surprising because I outperformed the ABS. My stopping distance without ABS was 16 meters. The stopping distance with the ABS in road setting on the 790 was 19 meters. So 3 meters difference, quite significant. Then came already a lot of feedback, and as I said, I got curious about trying some of the things that had been asked. Mainly, why didn't you try the off-road ABS setting? In that setting, only the front wheel is modulated by the ABS. You can manually block basically with the foot brake the back wheel. So like half an ABS, which allows the motorcycle some stability, but you can use the back brake, for example, if you want to do a controlled slide in a curve. So I was curious and came back here and tried this now. So again, 50 kilometers from down there, hitting the brakes at the shadow line here, the trees are showing. And this is actually now where I have been stopping in the off-road setting, left the bike standing here. Now, I haven't put the helmet there. Take that as a marker with me. This is actually where I stopped with the road ABS. So that is at least 4 meters difference. So the off-road ABS gives you a 4 meter at 50 kilometers an hour shorter stopping distance. Again, quite significant. And it really looks like that off-road setting for the ABS is not only switching off the back wheel as I had thought, but it's also modulating the front wheel braking differently. Most likely it's allowing the wheel to stop for instances and build up really this gravel wall in front of it, which you also get when you do a rough manual interval brake, which slows the bike down quite significantly. I wasn't aware of that. I had asked that in different forums, but didn't get an answer. But this seems to be the proof. The best performance and the safest braking, obviously, you get with off-road ABS with the 790, the shortest distance here. And I'm not sure if I could outperform that now manually. Probably not, and it would be much more difficult to do that. Also, again, what I pointed out yesterday already, be aware, this is a control situation where I know I'm doing now a full stop from 50 kilometers an hour, which is not totally without danger. It's a different story if, for example, a deer or a moose or a car pulls out in front of you, like I had mentioned yesterday, where you instantaneously, within fractions of a second, need to decide how to brake. And if you have your ABS totally off, you really might crash in that case. So my recommendation is, if your bike has it, if you have a 790, you have it, use the off-road ABS. And one correction, which I need to do also yesterday, I had claimed somewhere in the text that the ABS settings are connected to the riding mode settings. That is not true. The riding modes only influence the gas response, the engine output, and the back wheel slip, which you can regulate actually if you go to the rally mode. It doesn't have anything to do with the ABS, and you can see that in the display also. The ABS stays in road ABS, for example, or whatever you have chosen. There's a second totally different, totally independent setting for the ABS in the motorcycle menu, where you can set ABS road, off-road, or off. And it stays like that as long as you don't switch the ignition off. If you do that, and switched off ABS will go back to road ABS. So that is reset automatically, because it's basically, at least in Europe, not road legal to drive with an ABS switched off. Okay, some corrections. I hope this clarifies the situation and explains a little bit more the ABS functions of the 790. Have a nice evening. And one more supplemental. If you set the bike to off-road ABS, switch off the ignition with the key, switch it on again, it is still in off-road ABS. So only if you switch the ABS totally off and then switch the ignition off and on, it will come back to road setting. Again, as I said just before, because no ABS is basically not road legal, it's not homologated in Europe. So for that reason, KTM decided to program the system in a way that if you switch the bike off and had the ABS off before, it will come on with ABS on again. Good, now I'm going to the washing hole. A lot of dust on the bike.